Hey students, Mr. Schwartzbaugh here. We're going to add and subtract fractions, and we're going to do it with models. And models are really important because I really want y'all to understand the concept of adding and subtracting fractions. It's going to give you a better understanding when we start doing pencil and paper with common denominators and getting the answer. But pictures are just really powerful, so I want y'all to be able to be fluent with fractions. So one whole, this is a hexagon, and it's going to represent one whole. Here's a trapezoid, and that's going to represent half, and the rhombus is going to represent 1/3 of this, of the total. This is half of this, and 1/6, this is the triangle, the rhombus, the trapezoid. The triangle is 1/6. That means you can fit 6 triangles on this. 1/3 means you can fit 3 rhombi on this, and a half means you can fit, the denominator says 2, it means I can fit 2 on this. And I can show you that. 2 halves make a whole. Y'all are going to hear a bunch of clicking because I'm doing this on my computer. And you can see that 2 halves makes a whole. Cool. And the rhombi, plural for rhombus is rhombi. It takes 3 of these. And didn't get it exactly. It's much easier in class because you're going to have the pieces in front of you than the computer here. And then, so 3/3 makes a whole. You can say thirds, 1/3, 3 times. The 3 means there's 3 of them that make a whole. Okay, and then I can fit 6 triangles. This is 1/6 of the total. The triangle is 1/6. Now I'm not going to actually do that. It's going to take me forever, but y'all can understand that. That 1/6, the triangle is 1/6 of the total. The rhombus is 1/3 of the total, and the trapezoid is 1/2 of the total. Now these up here, these letters just mean red, R, B blue, G green, and Y yellow. And I just want to do some problems with y'all to model this. So R plus B, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to use letters and pictures to do this, okay? I'm going to try to avoid the numbers, even though I have the numbers here for you. Red plus blue. If I added these together, it would make this, okay? So if I add these, alright, here's the thing with fractions. Before we add, now we have colors here, right? Before we add, you have to have the same color before you add, okay? So what could we trade a half and 1/3 for that we see here? What color? In other words, what could we put directly onto this trapezoid and onto this rhombus that would fit exactly? Well, you could take the triangle and you could fit 3 triangles on here, right? I think. So that means that how many 6 is equal to a half? 3. 3/6. Now we're not going to say 3/6, we're going to say 3G, 3 green. And it takes 2 green to make a blue. Alright, now that we have the same color, we can add. And we can add because they're the same color. So if I put these together, what do I have all together? Now, when y'all write the answer, I just want it to be one letter. You can have a number in your answer, but I just want one letter as your answer. So I have green, right? But how many green do I have? I have 5 green. So the answer to this problem is 5 green. So you can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 green. That's almost 6 green. So it's almost one whole because 6 green fit on the whole, right? So it turns out that red plus blue is not quite a whole. It's 5/6, 5 green. Alright, let's do this one. Blue plus green. blue and green together, and I want to add that, right? So blue and green together. So remember that these are different colors, right? And I can actually fit, what could I trade for a blue? I could trade 2 green, then I'd have all green again. Green's really good for this. So now watch what happens when I put these together. When I put these together, I have 3 green, and guess what this makes? I could write 3G as my answer, but I'm not going to, because I can simplify that, and I can use this color right here as my answer. So my answer is actually on my paper going to be R, because that's the least amount of information that I can write. So R is the answer for this one, because blue and green together make a half. Cool? Alright, let's do 2 blue plus a red. 2 blue, and then we're going to add a red. Now it turns out we're going to use green again because the greens fit on the blue and the red, right? So how many greens fit on the blue? It takes 2 greens for a blue, right? So it takes 2 greens. Now if 2 greens fit on this, it means 2 greens fit on here. So altogether right now I've got 4 greens, right? So I can write that. And then how many greens fit on the half? So I can do that. It turns out that's going to be 3, right? So altogether, how many greens do I have? I have 3 greens here, 4 greens. How many greens is that? 3 plus 4? The answer is 7 green. Now, that's the answer, but I want to show y'all something. How many greens fit on one hole? Y'all remember that? There's actually 6 greens that fit on a hole, but my answer is 7 greens. So my answer, I could write Y plus G as my answer, but that's 2 letters. But you can see that sometimes when you add fractions, you go over a hole. So the answer is 7 green. The answer is 7 over 6. 7, 6. There's 7 of them. And that's an improper fraction, but we're just going to write 7 green for now. Or Y plus G. Okay? Alright, so one more. Let's do a subtraction one. Alright, Y minus blue. I'm going to take this and I want to subtract this. Now I want you to look at something really quick. How many blues fit on a yellow? We're going to subtract yellow minus blue. So we have a yellow. Now 3 blue fit on a yellow, right? Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to subtract. This is yellow minus blue. So what I have is yellow, and I've modeled that. And I can fit 3 blue on a yellow. So 3/3 makes 1 whole. 3 blue make a yellow. Now, yellow minus blue just means this. I'm going to model the first number. So when you're subtracting, you just model the first number. And you can, since I'm subtracting blue, I need all blue. So I'm just going to take away 1 blue. Alright, and it's gone. Alright? So now what do I have left? What's my answer? My answer is 2 blue. Okay? So when you subtract, you just model the first number, and you, whatever you're subtracting, you can replace that yellow, and you can put whatever you need to on there, and then you take whatever you need to away, and that's what you have left. You have 2 blue left. That is what we're going to do in class. It's going to get a little harder. We're going to do all these problems here, okay? And then we're going to do some sheets together, some pattern block problems together using trapezoids, rhombi, triangles, and hexagons. And I'm going to give you all a sheet to do, give you some paper to work on we'll use different methods in class to do this. That is adding and subtracting fractions with models, and I hope y'all enjoyed that. We're going to work on this in class, so talk to you later. Mr. Schwartzbot over and out.